Hi, my name is Jack Yates. I'm the Head of Income Generation at Hammersmith, Fulham, Ealing and Hounslow Mind, or HFEH Mind for short. Well, my job, as the kind of name implies, is to raise as much income as I can for the organisation. So we do that in lots of different ways. We do that through contracts working with the NHS. We do that through grants, so we seek out high-value funders. But we're also increasingly trying to raise money from the community, working with local businesses, local organisations, challenge events, any opportunities we can to generate new funding for the organisation so that we can deliver our important mental health services within our boroughs of Hammersmith, Fulham, Ealing and Hounslow. We use our funding for frontline services, so we're sat right here in our Safe Space service, which is a brilliant example of our partnership with the NHS. So we run a service that's available for anyone to kind of drop in from 12 in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night. That service provides vital mental health support for people who are feeling overwhelmed, feeling like they're in crisis, and it's available as a drop-in service, so it's a bit unique. You don't have to go and see a GP to go get that support. We can provide you with support on site, but then also kind of signpost you to local organisations as well and to other services that we run to provide more sustained support over the longer term. Yeah, we have one in Hammersmith, Fulham, we have one in Ealing. So here in Hammersmith, Fulham, it's 309 Lily Road, so just in Fulham. In Ealing, we have one at the Lido Centre, and we also have one at the Hounslow Treaty Centre. We're also located in different hospitals across the borough as well. So, I mean, there's lots of different events that people can get involved with. Our main focus is on running events, so we encourage people to take part in different kind of different local events. Ealing Half Marathon being a really prominent one, London Landmarks Half Marathon. We've also got new events coming out for Royal Parks Half Marathon and the Big Half as well later next year. We also have a range. We also encourage people to get involved in any way, shape, or form they see fit. Physical health is really important, so that's why we promote running events. But equally, someone could want to do a skydive, a bake sale. Whatever it is that people find enjoyable, we encourage people to put the fun into fundraising. And the idea being that they're undertaking a challenge, they're doing something a bit different, perhaps than they ordinarily would do, and they're raising money from their friends and family to kind of support that. We'll purchase your place and we'll provide you with a free Mind running shirt. And in return, obviously, you'll raise a certain amount of money for us and fund our vital work in the community. Charity fundraising is a difficult landscape at the moment. The cost of living crisis has really affected people and affected their ability to donate. People are looking for organisations that they really relate to and understand. And 30 for 30K is a really unique opportunity for us to do that. The idea is we partner with 30 local businesses. We develop really creative ways to engage with the community. We reach different sectors, different groups of people, different interests, and we collaborate with those businesses to both A, raise awareness, B, change people's minds about mental health, break stigmas, and C, ultimately raise money. And the brilliant thing about 30 for 30K is that we're bringing together so many different local businesses who each have different visions for how we're going to achieve that. Working with local cinemas, working with local interior designers, working with local shops, working with local cafes. Lots of people all coming together to raise awareness of mental health and raise funding for our work in the community. You can sign up via our website, so it's really simple. We've got a simple form. If you're interested, you can register. You'll see some events on our website, but equally, if you want to take part in a different one, feel free to reach out to us via the email address that's provided. That's fundraising@hfehmind.org.uk, and we'll be happy to support you and sponsor you for a different race. We provide you with a training plan, and we provide you with stewardship throughout. We'll often be there at the event as well to kind of cheer you on the day. And our fantastic marketing lead will also help boost your fundraising efforts so that you can reach more people and raise more awareness of mental health. This year, the London Landmarks Half Marathon sold out really quickly. We're really excited by that partnership and hope to grow it next year. It's been a new thing for us, something that we've just tested this year. So next year, I think you can expect to see a lot more from us. We're also thinking about organising our own run as well, although more to come on that one. So we work in partnership with lots of funders, big and small, local authorities, NHS, as well as lots of private voluntary funders who are interested and have a philanthropic aim, essentially. The landscape has become increasingly difficult over the last few years. We've seen a lot of kind of multi-year agreements be shrunk to single-year agreements, which makes the landscape very difficult as an organisation like ourselves to be able to kind of continuously raise money to deliver the work and deliver the work at scale within the community. We will seek funding for our services like the Safe Space from the NHS, but we'll seek funding for more creative, innovative services, such as our Circle service often. We'll seek funding from different funders for that, so more of the private funders as well. That funding can often be the core bedrock of what the organisation does, but the way we see it is raising money from the community enables us to do more innovative stuff, enables us to deliver more of the kind of exciting services, more of the outreach, and that's the kind of thing I want to plug here today, I suppose, is the more money we raise, the more awareness we can raise, the more we can get ourselves into the community and deliver different kinds of services, creative services, like our music project, for instance, amongst others. So restricted funding is funding for a project or a service. So for instance, like our Safe Space here, we receive money for that. And that money is restricted funding. So it covers the delivery of that service and everything that's entailed within that. Unrestricted funding is funding from the public that enables us to deliver anything that we see fit. So whereas we might have a strict set of targets with this service, with unrestricted funding, we can use that and leverage that to deliver really innovative and different kinds of services. So that money enables us to be a lot more free in the way in which we engage with the community and a lot more agile to respond to community needs. We absolutely try to work in partnership wherever we can. We recognise we have many strengths for mental health, but there are many organisations out there who can support us to grow our reach or can offer different specialisms. As an example, we work with many faith groups to access different communities who might otherwise perhaps have a different understanding of mental health, perhaps there may be some existing stigmas, or perhaps they just have less of an understanding and comprehension of it through different cultural experiences, different backgrounds, different philosophies. So we work with different groups to kind of expand our reach, expand our specialisms, and to grow our impact. I see there's a difference between mental health as in, for me, what you'd qualify as a diagnosis versus mental health and versus your well-being, I suppose. So there's two different spheres. When I talk about mental health, I'm often talking about your holistic well-being. For me, looking after your well-being, looking after your mental health is one of the most important things you can do. And there are a variety of ways that you can do that. But for me, mental health is fundamentally about what's going on in your mind, how you're supporting yourself, and how you're kind of mitigating challenges, difficulties, that kind of thing. So, I see myself as quite a resilient person in lots of ways, but I've had my own challenges with mental health, as have people who are very close to me as well. It's something that can, having poor mental health can affect anyone. Whether they are wealthy, whether they are fit, whether they are completely healthy, whether they're in a really good part of their lives, or whether or not whether or not they're experiencing challenges. A mental health challenge can come up at any point. So for me, having had my own difficulties, my own experiences with it, I've come to find it such a valuable sector, but also it's such a poorly understood sector. So I feel really passionately about working with an organisation that's aiming to change that. As a charity, we focus on early engagement, so helping intervene early before people's issues escalate, raising awareness so that more people understand mental health issues, as well as coping strategies and how to overcome particular challenges. But also tackling inequalities and reaching those people who have a very different conception of mental health, who have perhaps a lot poorer outcomes of mental health. I'm really passionate to kind of work for this organisation that aims to be really smart about how it addresses this issue.